Why is the leadership of college football continuously trying to ruin college football? Because here we are again talking about college football playoff expansion. And I'm somebody who's always been of the opinion that 4 teams was not enough and that playoff expansion was necessary. Part of it is because I was a victim of the BCS formula back in 2001 when the math put Nebraska into the national championship against Miami over me and my Oregon Ducks. And at that point, that made me grateful for a playoff at all. But here we stand, expanding to 14 without ever even seeing a 12-team playoff unfold. And this is seemingly all to appease the Big Ten and the SEC, who are out here whining that they need guaranteed slots in the playoff and a larger playoff purse in order to participate. Nothing says I'm secure about my place as one of the 2 dominant college football conferences like needing a guarantee that 60% of the playoff will be made up of your 2 teams. Or what? You're not going to cash ESPN's broadcast rights check? All right. Okay, sure, pal. Which brings me to the 6-year, $7.8 billion contract extension that ensures that ESPN will remain the sole media rights holder of everything related to the college football playoff through the 2031-32 season. Let's not even get into the fact that not one single person that has complained about the negative impact NIL has supposedly had on the sport that they love has even come out against this administrative cash grab. Where are they at? Where are all the, it's the players' fault people at? Come on. Let's just talk about the fact that the Big Ten and the SEC's appearance fees per team is now an uneven playing field with the other 2 major conferences, which is probably a big reason why Clemson and Florida State have amped up things to get out of the ACC and jump in bed with the other conferences. The deal shakes out like this. The Big Ten and the SEC schools appearing in the college football playoff will each be making more than $21 million, while the ACC schools that make up the college football playoff will get around $13 million, and the Big 12 schools, as well as Notre Dame, will get more than $12 million each. And all of those numbers are well above the $5.5 million that the schools in Power 5 conferences are currently being paid. And I get that yesterday's prices are not today's prices, but this still sends the message that 2 of the Power 5 conferences are twice as important as the others. And there's no more Power 4. Let's not pretend, because there is a Power 2. And this structure is going to be what causes the ACC and Big 12 to destroy themselves just like my beloved Pac-12 did. And what about the group of 5? Because underdog stories are what drives and intrigues college sports. And because of the transfer portal, the likelihood of parity is increasing every single year. Now, the NCAA should know better than anybody how much underdogs matter, because it's literally one of the driving forces behind March Madness. But this negotiation put the G5 under the gun. Either take your 1 college football playoff spot and $1.8 million payout, which is only a $300,000 increase from their previous deal, or get left out while everybody else is at least 2.5 times more. Honestly, the group of 5 should have rejected this deal, formed their own playoff, and then sold the rights to Fox or CBS or whoever else they wanted to. I think the Big Ten and SEC just revealed how scared they are of the parity throughout this entire process, because they're doing everything that they can to artificially raise the floor and eliminate possibilities for a down year. Because look at what they did. They secured more guaranteed spots, more guaranteed money, and what did they have to give up in return? Not a damn thing. The SEC is still going to play just 8 conference games while still scheduling out-of-conference cupcake games against schools that aren't even allowed to take part in the same postseason tournament as them. But let's sit around and bicker about whether a free Land Cruiser or Charger lease for some quarterback in the Midwest is killing our sport. And let's keep whining about how players are so scared to compete that they'll hop in the portal if their spot isn't guaranteed. When people like me say we're raising a generation of kids that are scared to fail, this is the actual concrete example of what we mean. These players are just acting like the administrators they represent. Because at the end of the day, football is supposed to be a meritocracy, especially college football. And the expanded playoff, by definition, should be a victory for all fans of meritocracies. So tell me why it feels like this expanded playoff is giving us just the opposite.